The first draft of Mother was written in just 5 days, but is Darren Aronofsky talented enough to pull it off? Mother is, as I said, written and directed by Darren Aronofsky, the same director who brought us films like Pi, The Fountain, Black Swan, and Requiem for a Dream. And I am not going to tell you what this movie's about because it does not matter. I'm sorry if you clicked on this review wanting to know a bit more about this movie because the trailer graciously does not really share anything about the plot. So if you really truly want to know what this movie is about, you can probably go look it up on IMDb, but since this is my review, I'm choosing not to tell you. What I will tell you is this movie stars Jennifer Lawrence and Javier Bardem, both incredibly talented actors that have both won Oscars, and they both do such an excellent job in this movie, especially Jennifer Lawrence. Gosh, can somebody just please tell Jennifer Lawrence to stop doing these bombastic, loud blockbuster films because they're typically not very good. Why can't she stick to movies like these when she can actually show what she can do as an actress? Because in this film, she does such an incredible job. It's becoming a very regular thing that Darren Aronofsky is able to do well. He's able to pull out these very vulnerable performances out of his female actors. He did it very well with Natalie Portman in Black Swan, and he does it once again in this movie. I personally would like to see Jennifer Lawrence maybe get an Oscar nomination for this movie. If I was running the Oscars, she would for sure be in the running for one because she's given one of the best performances of the entire year. And her performance is pretty crucial to the success of this movie because I think I could probably count on both of my hands the number of shots in this film that do not have Jennifer Lawrence in the frame. She quite literally is this entire movie. Now, I'm just going to say this and get this out of the way. Mother is not a horror movie. I know it says so on IMDb. I know it says up there, it says horror, but trust me, this is not a horror film. Now, I could see how somebody could maybe make an argument that since some horrific things happen in this movie, that automatically qualifies it as a horror movie. I tend to disagree. In fact, I think that Mother really subverts any type of specific genre. This movie does so many different things that I think it's almost oversimplifying it to shrink it down and try to fit it into one box or one genre. I think this movie kind of subverts all genres. I know that sounds weird, but just you kind of have to see it to see what I mean. So if you're going to this movie expecting Insidious 4 or The Conjuring 3, you will be incredibly disappointed. If you want ghosts and ghouls and scary monsters, then just go see it. It's a great movie and it's in theaters right now. This movie is not anything close to like those other films. I say that because this movie is incredibly complex and cerebral. However, not so much so that if you're actually paying attention to the movie that you won't get. If you as an audience member are able to pick up metaphors and symbolism, then you should be able to comprehend this movie pretty easily. Not saying that you're not going to have to think, because when you're watching this movie, you're going to have to pay attention and keep an eye out for metaphors and symbolism more so than you would in a typical film. And it's really hard for me to say, hey, go see this movie, or hey, don't go see this movie. I think in order for you to judge whether you should go see it, you kind of have to ask yourself these two questions. One, are you able to pick up metaphors and symbolism? Because if you're not able to do that well, or you struggle with that, then this movie is going to make little to no sense to you. And two, do you like to think when you watch your movies? If you watch movies just as sheer entertainment and try to turn off your brain and just relax and watch movies, then I do not think that this is the film for you. However, if you like a film to challenge you and for you to think about it several days later, then I highly recommend that you go see this movie, because myself, I'm probably going to be thinking about this movie for weeks to come, probably months. This movie is incredibly impactful. And it's really strange because usually when I go see films, I think you can either love it, like it, think it was okay, or dislike it. But with this film, I feel like it's you either love it or hate it. I really don't feel like there's any in between, which is very rare for movies. So my advice for you guys is to not listen to my advice. Just go see this movie and judge for yourself whether you like it. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to your friends who hated it or who loved it. Decide for yourself, because you are the true critic that matters. And if what I've said sounds interesting to you and you'd like to go challenge yourself and and think about a film and actually be able to study it while you're in the audience, then yeah, go see this movie. But if it doesn't sound that interesting to you, then I probably wouldn't go see it because you're probably not gonna like it. So did you guys see Mother? What did you think about it? Leave your thoughts and opinions down below. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching today. I hope you liked today's video. And if you did, click the link down below, subscribe to my channel for some more movie reviews and movie related things. And guys, thank you so much for watching and see you next time.